Welcome into 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase, level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we're going to tech on Bitcoin. We're going to do an update here on the daily time frame. Then we'll zoom out to the weekly and the monthly because today is the monthly close. So we're going to take a look at that. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you want access to our private Telegram alerts group where we keep you up to date on everything in crypto and more on a daily basis, consider subscribing through Patreon. That is linked below. You get access there. All right, here we go. So our swing highs, swing lows, right? That's where we are, right? No, you don't have to make it more complex than it is. We have 1, 2, 3 tests of swing highs, 1, 2, 3 tests of swing lows. Pretty even. And not only that, but look at this. Ultimate high, ultimate low, back to range highs, halfway to range lows, back to range highs, all the way to range lows, halfway to range highs, halfway to range, all the way back to range lows, right? You see that difference? It's almost identical to the highs, halfway down, back. Down here, all halfway down, back. This is almost a mirror image of since the entire month of March. All of April, right? Since March closed, we've done a mirror image of the swing highs to the swing lows, right? See the double tap, halfway reversion, double tap, halfway reversion, right? We're just chopping around. You don't have to make it more complex than it really is. Now, having said that, we are at an important level. We have the 100-day EMA here in the blue, right? We need to note that. That's right around the 60K level, just south of 60K. We have our swing low wick right here. What's that low wick? That is at 59K. Okay, we don't want to take that out. It's okay if you take a wick out, though. What we don't want to do is take out this close, which we're hovering around right now. Last time we tested it, we closed just above it, right? That low close right there at 61,130. Depending on what exchange you're at, right? That could vary a little bit, but we're right here again. We must bounce here. We can go down lower in price. I don't care. But if we close today lower than that close, that increases our odds of further downside. Doesn't mean necessarily we have to, because we could have like a kind of a deviation where we close low and then we have a green candle tomorrow that brings us back up. So you want to be aware of that. Not only do you want to look like exactly like this. This is what I'm looking for, right? We can have these kind of mirror images where you make this lower low close and like fakes everybody out, and then the very next candle reverses. So we want to pay attention to our next candle if we close under where we are currently, right? Which is, we're right on it. So watch this day's close. It's a monthly close as well. What else? If we do close, how much further down could we go, right? We looked at this yesterday as well, but there's no support here, right? No support. It's just a quick launch up. So it'd likely be a quick launch down. Not necessarily that fast in 3 days, given the fact that we've been slowly kind of bleeding out, but you know, nothing moves straight up or straight down, but, you know, jagged approach, more or less. We're not going to likely find support until we encounter this 200-day, right? This liquidity zone down here. And this is just our next level, 52, 53K, all the way down to, 50K. And it's only improving your odds. Nothing is for certain in crypto but uncertainty. So keep that in mind. That's the only thing TA is useful for, is trying to improve your odds of what potentially could happen next based on the past. That's it, right? So having said that, let's zoom out to the weekly scale. Again, many red weeks in a row here, right? We're working our 5th red week in a row. We closed for the first time since October, right, of 2023 below the EMA 8, right? This is the last time. The EMA 8 is that red line. That's the first close under it, right? Closing prices. First close. Now, if we close 2, that it also increases our odds of further chop consolidation. But we've been at this zone many weeks here. So chop after a big rally is normal, right? We're just digesting the move. I wouldn't doubt if we have this move up, right? This move up, you chop around. We could just kind of do this for a couple of months. Imagine we go back up to like 70K in a couple of weeks. Absolutely could happen. Then we come back down to 60K a couple weeks after that. And all of a sudden we're looking like, midsummer and we're still at the same prices. It's a possibility for sure, based on this chart, based on this move, right? This move here, swing lows again, go back up, maybe range highs, maybe put in a lower high, maybe put in a higher high. We don't know yet. Let's take a look at the monthly to see if we can extract anything else. Monthly close today. Here's our zones that look less important on our monthly time scale, but look at down here. The EMA 8 on the monthly is at 50K as well, matching those swing lows for the weekly if we break 60K with a close. However, let's look at the facts here. Right here is our zone on the monthly. Close, close, high close, high close. Right there's, that's why we drew that zone. High close, high close. Look at where we are now. Potentially, we're just doing what's called a throwback, a bullish retest of the zone, right? Where you take out all-time highs, go a little bit higher, come back, retest. Are we bullish or not? If we hold here and we don't close under 59K in the next 8.5 hours, 9 hours, we're still bullish and we could absolutely just continue on our merry way here. Crypto sentiment can change on a dime. If you've been here for any amount of time, you know that. A bigger concern for the monthly close today would be if we take out this low wick. 59K. Again, 59K. That takes out this whole zone as well. However, it's not as big a deal as it could be if we would have made a higher high here. Because then we'd be looking at like an outside bearish bar on a monthly scale. That would likely be crossing the streams bad. However, we didn't do that, right? Let's remove this box so you can see what I'm talking about. See this high wick? If we were to say have gone to like 75 or 76K first and then come all this way down, right? You'd be looking like dark cloud cover, outside bearish bar, right? We have much more significant bearish meanings. And we didn't get that. So I would say based on this chart alone, we're just taking a breath. The bulls are just stopped sprinting for a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green months. You're allowed to have a red month, okay? It's almost more healthy to do this now rather than continue on. Otherwise, we'd have some kind of epic crash. And I'm talking like 35 to 50% likely if we didn't get this month right here in the not so distant future. So we got this. Whether or not May comes out to be green, or we come down and test this low zone at 50K and then come back up, we don't know yet. But watching for this close will be important, especially if it closes below 59K. And that's about it, right? We're kind of on the bearish side, on bearish defense here, right? There's not really anything bullish we could hope for in the next 8 hours, right? I doubt Bitcoin is going to climb back up to 67K in the next 8 hours. That would be fantastic. I don't see that happening. But, you know, anything can, not much surprises me anymore in crypto. So hopefully this sheds a little bit of light here where we're at. Let's look at the Bollinger Bands, right? Just see what the monthly Bollinger Bands look like. We printed 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive monthly candle closes above the outside upper Bollinger Band. That is extremely strong and takes a lot of strength to continue to do. It just doesn't necessarily happen unless you're in a blow off top rally, which clearly we're not in at this point, right? Blow off top rally, right? That's a little bit stronger than we have been. Although that's strong, Hulk stronger over here, right? All right, so hopefully you're a little bit more clear on what potentially could happen. The implications on closing under 59K would likely mean lower and probably a couple more months before we see mid to upper 60s again. 70s. Probably going to be late June, July, before we see 70s again if we close under 59K. If we don't, and we close here or higher, we could absolutely be back at like 70K in a week, 2 weeks. It's a possibility, right? We'll keep you updated. A lot more updates in Telegram, our private Telegram group, right? We keep everybody on their toes, right? No surprises there. Very little. Otherwise, I'll look forward to making another Bitcoin video maybe next week, maybe tomorrow. We'll see how the monthly shapes up. If there's any kind of craziness we see. All right. That's Bitcoin wrapped up for you. Let's get up to our quote of the day. It is essential for you to remember that the attention you give to any action should be in due proportion to its worth, for then you won't tire and give up if you aren't busying yourself with lesser things beyond what should be allowed. Keep the important thing, right? All right. I have another quote here. People change and forget to tell each other. All right. Car of the day. I elaborated more on that one the last video. I won't do it this video. Audi R8. Jesus, say the car, bud. And stealth gray. That's pretty nice, right? The black with the stealth. I like that. Carbon sides. Let's got a couple more colors here somewhere. There we go. There's red. In the background of, I'm going to go with not this country, not the USA, maybe California. We'll go with that. If you got any guesses, I'll take them. Audi R8 in red. And then I have one final one in my favorite color. Supercar yellow. It's not called that. It's just I like yellow on all supercars. Alrighty. We'll see you on the next one. Audi R8 in the background in, again, California. Probably not.